It's Julie Lee here. I was having a conversation with my husband yesterday in the kitchen, and we were talking about COVID and about the struggles that we've seen and the good things that have come from, this isolation from each other as we are kind of forced to hunker down with our families and stay in our own homes more. And I came to a really interesting realization for myself, and that is that I have been blaming a lot of the anxiety and a lot of the turmoil I felt internally on the fact that I'm very extroverted. I'm a very extroverted person and I love to be around people. And so I figured, that's why I felt more in a funk than usual because I'm not with other people. And while there might be some slight truth to that, I came to the realization yesterday as I was talking to Rob that I don't think that's the main source of all of my anxiety and of even the kind of mild depression I've been feeling. I think the source of it is actually the division I see in the people around me, the division I felt in myself, and in our distance, our emotional distance from each other, not so much the physical. That's what's been hurting my heart. I think a lot of us feel some really strong convictions right now. And then a lot of us feel confused and we're not sure what to think. But I think we feel conviction to wear a mask, or we feel conviction to not wear a mask because we're worried that we're giving up some sort of right by being fined in public places if we don't wear a mask. We feel like that's taking away some of our rights. And I can really see everybody in this. I can see why people are struggling and hurting. And I really agree that most people are really good and they're just doing the best they can. I have a nephew. He's 4 years old and he was born at 28 weeks and he is still suffering from his lungs not being fully developed. And so if he gets a respiratory illness of any kind, it could be really detrimental, even fatal to him. And so for him, it's really, really important that he doesn't get COVID. COVID could very likely kill him. I have a sister that has cancer that's in the same boat. And so COVID is a really, really big deal in our family and in so many families across the world right now. It could be really scary for these people if they were to contract it. And so wearing my mask around them is a sign for me of being respectful of that. I also, I know people that have been sexually abused, and I know people that wearing a mask is very triggering because of some of these experiences. And I see them in that. That makes so much sense. And so I just think it's so important that while we have these really strong convictions, I am learning the conviction that we need to have more than anything. And I speak a little about this in my new book, but it's the conviction to listen. The conviction to listen to each other more than any conviction in President Trump, or you're hoping that Biden will be the new president, or an independent party, whatever it is, in Black Lives Matter, all of these things that are really important, and I'm not saying they're not, but if we could adopt this conviction to listen to each other, I think we would be a lot less likely to feel divided because we would see each other. We would see that we're human beings with real issues to think about, and that might look a little different in every family. This conviction to listen, I think that is what, for me, my higher power is God, and I believe in a Jesus Christ, and I believe that they listen to us when we pray and when we plead for help. And I believe that they would be so proud of us if we could adopt that same conviction to listen to each other, to have compassion on each other, and to strive to connect in whatever creative way that might look like during COVID. And so I just wanted to say that today. That's what's been on my mind this morning, is that if we could adopt that conviction to listen to one another, to not be so quick to judge, but to be a little more quick to move in a little closer as much as possible during COVID, even if that's just a phone call so we don't spread germs, and understand where each other's coming from. I think we would feel a lot less anxiety, a lot less depression. I know I would. I'm going to try to be better about this because we would recognize that we really are all in this together. We're not enemies. We're all just trying to do the best we can. And so with that, I hope you have a wonderful day. It's real rainy where I am. It feels a little gloomy. But this new idea that I have in my mind that today I just want to keep this conviction to listen. I feel uplifted and I feel like, I can't change a lot of things in the world right now, but I can listen to other people. And so I'm excited to do that today. And I invite you to do the same. If you're feeling like me, if you're feeling a little glum, a little not sure what to do right now, then maybe just focus on listening and try and do what you feel like is the most compassionate thing you can.